Hey. Who kept this mountain here? It should not be here. Okay, let me take it out from here. Oh my God, my back. It's aching like heck. Oh, what is the problem with my back? Oh yes, that's it. This is the after effect of yesterday. Anyway, I cannot remove this. Okay, let me call it a day. Fine. So, well, I didn't tell you what happened yesterday. Let me tell you that it will of course throw light to the chapter today we are going to deal with. Good. Alright. Do you know, yesterday I had gone for a cycle ride. Right? And it was so nice. Oof, and I enjoyed it. But there was a problem. The riding track was so uneven. Up and down, hills and slopes. I even had to strain my back to cycle up to a hill. So, and that tricked my back. And here I am, not able to lift this mountain. Good. So I was wondering, why on earth is this track like this? Well, then I received the Newton's apple in my mind. I will share you that realization. So, you have learned that Earth is round, right? But have you ever seen a round Earth? No. Or have you seen a plain Earth? No. Isn't it? So, we will learn today the causes for the Earth to be formed up and down with hills and valleys, with mountains and plains, and so on and so forth. So, are you ready, children? Yes. So, let's go to the next, and that is major landforms. And here we go. So, pay attention, dear students. We will learn a lot of wonderful facts about our beautiful Earth. So, the Earth is not uniform or even at all places. Okay, at some places it is high, while at other places it is low. Good. So, this variation in the Earth's surface creates various landforms. The variations in the Earth's surface creates what? Various landforms. Good. Then the major landforms are also known as relief features. Okay, so landforms are also known as relief features. So some of the major landforms include, can you say? Yes, mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, rivers, etc. So first and foremost we will discuss about the first point, that is mountains. Do you know what is a mountain? Yes, mountains are landforms that rise above the area around them. These are the landforms that rise above the area around them. They are very high. Mountains are very high. Then mountains usually have steep and sloping sides. See, steep and sloping sides. Then the top of a mountain is called what? The top of a mountain is called? It's peak. Good. So peak may be conical or round in shape. Peaks may be conical or round in shape. Then what do you mean by hills? Yes, hills are small mountains that are not very high. So there can be a question, what is the difference between a hill and a mountain? Please learn it. So a group of mountains that are joined together forms a mountain range. This is the model of a mountain range. Okay, so a group of mountains joined together forms mountain range. So the Himalayas and the Andes are examples of mountain range. Good. And do you know mountain differ in heights and shape? Mountain differ in heights and shape. This happens due to their age. This happens due to their age. For example, the Himalayas are new mountains. Remember, Himalayas are new mountains. So they are very high, and they are very high mountains with sharp peaks. Good. On the other hand, the Aravallis are very old mountains. So they are smaller in height with rounded peaks. So now we will discuss, or we will learn something about some characteristic features or some important features of mountains. So the first one, there are 7 to 8 points. The first point, the peaks of the mountains remain covered with snow for most of the year. So the peak will remain covered with snow throughout the year. So there is little or no vegetation just because it's full of snow. Then the next point is due to extreme weather conditions. These areas are generally less populated. Do you like to live in a place where peaks are there, full of snow, nothing to eat? No. So that's why due to extreme weather conditions, these peaks are generally less populated. Then where the people will live? Yes, people mostly live on the foothills. What is foothill? Do you know what is foothill? Yes, a low hill at the base of a mountain range. Good. And so the most people live on foothills and the lower parts of the mountains. Okay. And the next point is mountains forms a natural barrier against cold and hot winds. Right. And the dense forest in the slopes are rich in wildlife. Slopes areas are dense. You could find dense forest there, and these dense forests are rich in wildlife. And these mountain regions are also a rich source of minerals. And the last point can be mountain regions are also an important tourist place, right? Yeah, people used to visit the hill station during summer. Why? Yes, just for getting a normal or good weather condition, right? Good. Now we are going to learn about another one landform, that is plateau. Have you ever heard about a plateau? Yes. A plateau is a high land but with a flat top. Okay, a plateau is a high land but with a flat top. So it is also known as a tableland. Very important, plateau is also known as a tableland. So they are separated from the surrounding areas. How? By steep slopes. They are separated from the surrounding area by steep slopes. So several rivers flow through plateaus, right? So in some regions, the rivers run down as waterfalls due to the steep slopes. From the top, it's coming down like a waterfall. So shall we learn some features of plateaus now? Yes, good. The first one, low regions of the plateaus are suitable for agriculture. Low regions are suitable for agriculture, while high regions are usually suitable for what? Suitable for cattle and sheep rearing. Good. And the second, some plateaus are large and covers hundreds of kilometers. Okay, some plateaus are very large and covers hundreds of kilometers. And the next, some plateaus are rich in mineral resources, just like the mountains. The plateaus are also rich in mineral resources. And some plateaus have deep canyons. Do you know what is canyon? Yes, a canyon means a deep valley through which a river flows. So some plateaus have deep canyons. That means a deep valley through which a river flows. Good. So our next point is plains, where we live. Good. So the plains are large areas of flat land that extend over thousands of kilometers. You can watch closely, you can have a look on it. Yes. So the plains are large areas of flat land that covers almost thousands of kilometers. Right? See, some areas are high, some areas are low, and sometimes they have a gentle slope. Okay. Do you know these plains are formed? How these plains are formed? Yes. Plains are formed by rivers. Okay, so rivers rise in the mountain and flow down. In the process, what these rivers will do? These rivers carry sand and silt and deposit them on river banks. So the rivers carry sand and silt and deposit them on river banks, that is sediments. Then over a period of time, plains are formed by these deposits. Good. Then can you say a few examples of plains? We have learned it in the last year. Plains. Yes, exactly. The northern plains in India, it has been formed by the rivers Ganges, Yamuna and its tributaries, right? Do you remember the tributaries? Gangtok, Gomti, Gagra, BS, etc. Right. Good. So let's have a look into the characteristic features of our plains. Good. So first and foremost, the soil is very fertile and suitable for agriculture. Fertile soil is always suitable for agriculture. So many crops are grown in the plains. Then second point is, since the soil is fertile, obviously people would like to live in plains, no? So the plains are thickly populated. Plains are thickly populated and many towns and cities located in plains. And the next point is, many important civilizations. You will learn about the civilization in the next class, means next grade, 6th grade. So the many important civilizations developed near river banks, like Indus Valley civilization, Egyptian civilization, etc. Okay. So the last point is, plains are suitable for the construction of roadways and railways. You just imagine a place, mountain. If it is possible to make a railway track through mountains, no, it's too difficult. So we can make, it is so suitable. Plains are so suitable for such constructions, right? And our next landform, that is river. You all are familiar with river, right? Yes. So a river is a large natural stream of water that flows towards an ocean, sea, or another river. Yes. So as we have learned, a river usually originates in the mountains and ends its journey. It passes through 3 different stages, you know. So the river flows through 3 different stages. It's very important, very important. It's very simple. Be careful this time, that's all. Okay, the first stage. The first stage of the river is its upper or youthful stage. What is the first stage? Upper or youthful stage. So in this stage, the river flows rapidly, very fast, rapidly down the mountain slopes and cuts through the mountains, forming valleys, waterfalls, rapids. What do you mean by rapids? Rapids means a parts of a river which flow very fast. Okay, and canyons also. It's like you. How? You are very fast, you are very energetic, quick in action, naughty, falling down sometimes. Even the waterfalls also do the same, right? Falling down from heights. So the first stage is just like you. And what about the second stage? Yes, second stage or the mature stage. Second stage is known as mature stage. So this is just like your parents, little bit fat and not able to run as quick as you, not so naughty, so disciplined. Good. Okay. So the second stage or the mature stage of the river begins as it enters the plains. From the mountains, once it enters the plains, the second stage begins. So here it widens as it is joined by its tributaries. Other rivers are also coming and joining, so it is getting big. So it deposits silt and alluvium on its sides, making the land fertile. Good. So the speed of the river decreases. The speed of the river decreases and it makes meanders. What is meander? So meanders means it's not flowing straight but in a zigzagging way. Flowing in a zigzagging way. So it makes meanders or loops. Good. And the third stage, that is the last stage. The third stage of the river is known as the old stage. So we can compare it to, yes, our grandparents. So their movement is very slow, right? Grandparents, they cannot run fast. Will they run as you run for the 100-meter dash? Can you imagine? No, never. So the third stage is also known as the old stage, and the movements of the river becomes very slow. Third stage, it's very slow. They are almost reaching to the sea, but just before entering the sea, it branches out into many small streams called distributaries, forming what? Delta. Remember what is delta? A triangular land where a river divides before entering to the sea or oceans. You have learned it in the last year, right? Good. So, and do you remember the Sundarban Delta? Sundarban Delta and Sundari trees. Last year we know. Funny. So it is formed by Brahmaputra and the river Ganges. Good. So this is what all about rivers. And our last topic, that is desert. Yes, Western is we have discussed last year, no, about the Western desert, life in Western desert and all. Good. So what do you mean by desert? So a large area of land. Desert is a large area of sand. Yes, good. So deserts are vast areas of land that receive little or no rainfall. Little or no rainfall and experience extreme climate. What do you mean by extreme climate? Neither too hot nor too hot, or too hot and too cold. What is extreme? Yes, it is too hot and too cold. Why? See, the days are very hot and the nights are cold. Why? Exactly. The sand in the desert heats up very fast and cools down faster. Yes, good. So, due to the extreme climatic conditions, very less plants and animals are found in desert. Okay. So, can you name some of the deserts? Can you name some of the deserts? Yes. Sahara Desert, Thar Desert, Great Australian Desert, Patagonia Desert in South America, etc. Okay. So, now we are going to discuss about the features of a desert. Let's see. So, the desert experiences extreme temperature. The days are very hot and nights are cold. Good. Second one, we can see sand dunes over there. What is sand dunes? Sand dunes? Yes, they are formed when winds carry sand from one place to another. So, sand dunes are formed. And vegetation obviously very less. Why? So as there is less or no rainfall, so the vegetation of deserts is very less. Then some plants like cacti and date palms are found in deserts. And one more thing is there, oasis. Do you know what is oasis? Oases are areas in desert where water is found. Good. So oasis means a small water pool that springs up at some places in the desert. Got it? It's very simple to understand. Dear kids, we will have a conclusion of our chapter in the form of a mind map. So in this chapter, major landforms, we have discussed about mountains and its features, plateaus and features, then plains and features, rivers and its features, desert and its features. Let's see what are the features of mountains. Yeah, the peak of the mountain is covered with snow throughout the year, and the population is very less or scanty population. Then they experience extreme climate. Then mountains act as a natural barrier from what? Cold and hot winds. Then what? The mountains are also rich in minerals, right? And what about plateaus? Plateaus are highlands but a flat top, and it's also known as what? Tableland. Good. So the low regions of plateaus are mainly used for agriculture, while high regions of plateaus are suitable for cattle rearing, and it's also rich in minerals. Then what about plains? Yes, plains and its features. Plains are very fertile. The soil is very fertile and the population is very thick compared to mountains, thickly populated. Then we learned about it's suitable for constructing railways and roadways. Good. And next is river. River is a natural stream of water, and we discussed about the three stages. Okay, the upper stage, then mature stage, and the last one is old stage. And our last topic was about deserts and the features. So deserts are the vast areas of sand, and they experience extreme climate. Very good. Then sand dunes are also found in desert. The vegetation is very scanty, and also oasis also found in desert. These are the things we have discussed. So learn the chapter well, and I will be coming to you with new topic, with new ideas. Take care. Bye bye.